the new whole district that is opened up for the space sector for the private sector, and we are doing very well in that. Whether it's in communications, it's in navigation, it's in satellite surveillance, geological mapping, rare earths, and advanced materials, energy, etc. Other this thing. Now, the link of the technology and warfare has been always very, very important. The caveman from his stove, a sling with a stone, to the today's contactless warfare and the unmanned systems has been a long journey. Do you know one of the biggest empires which ruled for 2,500 years? One of the most important reasons why it was defeated and was finished by the northeastern tribes of Europe, the Germanians, and later the Byzantines by the Turks. Because the Romans were good horse riders, but never used stirrups. Now stirrups are the iron, this thing on which you stand. Whereas from the Genghis Khan time, from the Mongolian this thing, these tribals had known that on their horses and their ponies, they could stand in the stirrups. So you can play with the sword. Standing there, you can throw a spear with that. Whereas on the horse, where you are sitting on a blanket on top of it, you can only tumble down, if anybody wants. Roman Empire got finished. It's a technology. Mughals brought here the hews army and others, which was much more powerful than of the Babur and others. It was the bazookas, the gunpowder. The Mughals brought the gunpowder. And the Indian elephants started reversing their direction and stepping over their own troops. It is the technology. We have to develop our indigenous technology. Mention was made here of Sindoor. We are really proud of it, not for necessarily what people perceive. That how much of an indigenous content was there. We are proud of it, that some of the best systems that worked, whether it was our BrahMos systems, whether it was our integrated air control and command systems, whether it was our radars, whether it was the whole this of it that was being done at the battlefield surveillance about the position out there. We decided to have 9 terrorist targets in the crisscross of Pakistan. It was not on the border area something, which we thought were there this way. We missed none. We hit nowhere else except that. And it is also not that was a very, it was precise to the point where we knew who is where. Entire operation was started at 5 minutes past 1 and was over at 28 minutes past 1. 23 minutes. Thereafter, a lot of things are said that this thing, foreign press and all these things, they said Pakistan did that and this. You tell me one photograph, one imagery. In, these days, these imageries are from the satellites all over the world. They are this thing, which shows any Indian damage being done, even a glass pane having been torn. I don't know, only our forces will be knowing what's happening in this thing, but I am just telling, they brought out photographs, they wrote this thing, the New York Times, put out this thing. Only imagery, they said 13 air bases of Pakistan now and now, before 10th May and after 10th May. Whether it was in Sargodha or it was in Rahim Yar Khan or it was in Chaklala or it was in Rawalpindi, any of the places that there are 13 important air bases, including the Bellary where they have got the AVAX, the control systems. Now, I'm not telling any of this thing. I'm only telling what the foreign media, on the basis of the imageries have put the images in it. So we were able to achieve it. We are capable of doing that. So the country's challenges before the country, as I said, are very great. We are quite. I will tell you one small incident. There was one gentleman who wanted to meet me, but because of my office could not give him any time. So I got a friend in US, General McMaster. He wrote to me this thing and others that he was a wonderful army general. He said that there is a person I want to send to you. You must meet him. I said, okay, send him sometime. So he came. He told me. I said, how do you know General McMaster? He said, I provide some services to the American Defense Forces. I said, what's your background? And then he told me something about his history. When I learned that he was a person who was the founder and CEO of Rhombus. He was providing he started it, on the basis of the open information about the position of the satellites and what they were taking the imageries and some of these things, the entire forecasting model for next 24 hours for Pakistan, for American Army. Then the American Army started supplementing it with their own data. And he became extremely this thing. And this Rhombus Corporation became one of the very, very powerful organizations. With very high technology, using AI, using particle things and multiple of other technologies and others. Then I asked him, I said, okay, this is very good. I'm impressed with what you said. We checked it up with these things also. We found tremendous distribution. His predictions are 70% right about anything relating to defense and military activities taking place anywhere in the world. He said, sir, I've come to you, I carry a sense of guilt. I said, why? You have done so well in life. He said, sir, I've done so much for the Americans this thing. I am an IITian, but I could not do anything for my country. I want to do something for my country. But I said, we have got problems. You have taken American citizenship. And therefore, we can't integrate you with the system. He said, don't bother. You don't give any data. I will work on the basis of the open data. And I will teach your people how to manage it. After I go, you integrate the data with your own people to find out this thing. We have started working with him. And he said, I don't want to do it for money. It's not for money. This is the spirit that I want each one of you to go. Will you have that passion for your nation? Is it something that you realize it a little too late? Or you realize in 2025 that you have to take the country in 2047 where its destiny is, where it is destined to. Make it a proud country, a major power in military terms, in economic terms, in science and technology, in everything and every area of the human activity. If you can manage your time, you can manage your energy, and you can manage your mind and spirit, you can achieve it. And you are not the first. Many more have done it, but only today you have got the opportunity. I did not have the opportunity. I was not an IIT. Actually, when I just think the IITs were just started coming up. There were hardly this thing. We also did not have that much, and the country did not have that much of a money. Today, the country has money to invest in science and technology. Next year, it will be probably another 1 trillion added to our country's growth. Probably we are going to become more this thing. Very few institutions today will say that they have got dearth of resources. Ecosystems is being built up. Infrastructure is being built up. Testing equipment and others will be available. If not, we will do it. Your alumni are a great asset. All over the world they are there and they have been contributing a lot. I must say that, well, their contribution has been fantastic. But will you be looking at it only as an opportunity? You will make the life comfortable for you. You will be able to go for more of holidays to Mediterranean and other climatic countries, this language. Have a happy family, lead a good life, have some citizenship of some country, and thereafter you can call that life successful. I will tell you one small incident before I conclude. During Second World War, in the concentration camps, there were many Jews who were kept there. One of them was a psychiatrist, and very well from Austria, whom Hitler had this thing and others. When he started looking, and then he was shifted, he started feeling the people coming to concentration camps, many of them were perishing, some in 3 months, some in 5 months, some 6 months. But this man, since he was this thing and there were certain things against him, he was kept for a very long time, almost the whole duration of the war, about 4.5 years, about 4 years. And was shifted from one concentration camp to another concentration camp of the Jews and others. He found hundreds of Jews, rather thousands of Jews dying. But even strangely, some survived. And he started taking notes. He said he wrote a book after coming out. There is an old lady of 74 or 75. She said, I don't know when the war will be over, but I have to go back home. He said, why? They said, they brought me and my son and my daughter-in-law. But my granddaughter, about 4 years is left behind. I have to go back to get her. And groom her, train her, whatever is that, bring her up and all these things. I feel very restless. I want the war to be over. She survived. Then, few years after the war, he met this old woman on the street with a teenager girl. He said, how are you? He said, fine. He said, this is my granddaughter. She found this old lady was now healthier, looking better than others. So he wrote a book, which became one of the bestsellers. And also in psychology, it's one of the game-changing contribution. His name was Viktor Frankl. He said, the name of his book was, I think it was, whose life has a meaning, only they survive. You are useless when your life loses its meaning. You may be a billionaire or you may be a pauper, it doesn't matter. As long as there is a meaning, you will survive. You live to achieve something. If you have got nothing to achieve, if you have got nothing to, you can't play this thing after the match is over. If there is no goal post, where is this thing of my skills? You give me a goal post. Even out of death I will come out. Your willpower, your spiritual power takes you out. This institution gives you the meaning. Your energy gives you the meaning. Your circumstances of this thing give you a meaning. This nation gives you this thing. If you dedicate yourself for next 22 years, say, this is the meaning of my life is, I will place my country in that orbit, that where we can really be proud and our ancestors can be proud. My dear friends, this is a very small message that I have come here with you. I am over 80, I have lived my life. But I know this country has got a very great future. But there is a spectre, and that is you. Do your best and give your best. I wish you my best wishes.